Hi friends, welcome back. So we are here in the front of our house and we are going to work down the driveway. If you can see, we have a couple of large stones that we've placed along the driveway, and I will show you what we are doing. So this morning it just stopped raining, so it's a little bit foggy out right now, but Chris and I came out last night and we placed along the driveway some really large stones that we think we are going to place some large palm trees along the driveway coming up. So, oh hi. Hi buddy. Sorry, the neighbor's dog's barking. So, I brought out my measuring tape because I want to measure where my trees are going to go. So I have a couple of trees that I had picked up. I will go over the varieties soon, but I just want you to get a little bit of a better view here of what we're working with. 150. So I want this to be back 300. So each of the large trees that we've placed with stones are about 150 centimeters from the driveway. So I want the fruit tree to be back further. So I'm thinking roughly 300 centimeters or so, almost double what the large trees are. So let me So 300 is right there. So this is going to be here. Let's see. Does that look good? Yeah, and then we're gonna have the tree come up and the canopy fill this space. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and place the rest. Okay, so I just went along and I measured from in between each of the rocks half. So I've placed the big rocks at 600 centimeters apart, which is roughly 20 feet. In between each of those, I measured 300 centimeters, which is roughly 10 feet. So in between each of the trees, they will have about 10-foot spacing in between, and I staggered them. So from the road, we measured 150 centimeters for the large trees, which are being held by the big rocks. And then I did 300 centimeters, which is 10 feet, from the driveway to the fruit tree. So that gives us 5-foot spacing from the large trees from the driveway and 10-foot spacing into the fruit trees. So let me just turn you around here and show you. So that is our first tree. That is a purple fig. And there is where one large tree is going to be, 150 from the driveway, and then 300 from the driveway here, which should give us the correct amount of spacing. So I've done that all the way along the driveway for all of the trees. So let me go along and let you know which trees are which. So this is a purple fig, okay? They're really sweet, and it's very common here to have the green figs. So I thought a purple fig would be perfect. So there's our other large rock. And then we come to our first apple tree. This is our green apple. So a lot of these trees are just one main shoot. So I will go along and trim them to my liking. This one is a plum tree. It's a red plum. They're really sweet. So this is our first stone fruit in between. And then we have a pear. This pear my son chose. He really likes pears, Benjamin, so he chose a yellow pear. And this is our last apple, which is the red apple. So, additionally, I also got a raspberry, which is over there. But I have not decided where I'm going to put all of my fruit bushes right now, so it's kind of sitting there, and I'm going to check on it in a couple of days to see if it likes where it is. So these, I assume, were bare root trees that came into the nursery, and they put them in a little bit of soil just to get them going here. And I'm gonna check how deep. So this is the graft point of the tree. You can see that they've wrapped it in some kind of plastic. I'll remove that after I plant it. But I do not want to bury this point. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to gently open the tree. Oh, this one has some nice roots here. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's got nice roots. It's even got some coming up the stem. So I'm going to try and plant this. Oh, perfect. I did a perfect hole here. Okay, I'm just going to lean this down for a minute. Put my gloves on. And we are going to put a little compost in the hole. Might need some more. That's okay for now. So I'm gonna make a well. I'm gonna pop my tree in it, and I'm gonna make sure that the roots are going outwards, not circling the tree. Also, it's important to note that the graft point should be facing north. So our So these are the trees that I've planted. This one is the Star King Delicious, which is a red apple. It has 2 leaders right now, and I'm gonna leave it the way it is. It will straighten out on its own. And then we have a, what's this one called? Williams, a Williams pear. Also 2 leaders, but I will leave it as is. This one is a Santa Rosa, and this is a plum. So it's pretty much only got 1, but all of those will bud into branches and we can make changes later. This is our other apple. What is the name of it? Renita Gris. Never heard of that before, but it is a cooking apple, so I'm excited about that. And then our last one here is our red fig. It is called Saint João Breva. It is a purple fig, so I'm excited about that. It's also got 2 leaders, but I'm gonna leave them as is for this season and see what happens. But they're looking really nice, and I'm happy with it. I mean, we had to do some holes, some digging in the holes, removing some big rocks, but other than that, I think they're pretty good. So it should rain in the next couple of days, but if not, as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna give everything a good soak and let that acclimate and go from there. I do have those other citrus trees, but we'll do that in another video because we are trying to get to the Santa Claus parade today. So it's December here in Portugal, and I'm pretty happy with everything, the way it went. Took a little bit of time to dig the holes because there was a lot of rocks and there was a lot of thick grass covering it. So I want to make sure that I'm taking the time to do what I need to do now so that later when the trees come up, they don't run into any roots hitting the rocks or any weeds taking over. So I'm going to make sure that I water it all in, but they look really good and I'm really happy with it. So we'll check back in a couple of weeks and let you know how they're growing, how they're doing, or if I've made any changes. Thanks, friends, for hanging out. See you in the next one. Bye.